It's not. We're live on the YouTube, but the TikTok live is not working. It's like stuck in between two phases. So I'll get it worked out. I'm going to turn my phone off and reboot everything.
Have we talked about the people failing the ICE recruits physical fitness challenges on here, the run?
No, because I didn't know they were failing because I sent you an article.
I should have sent you another one. Yeah. Okay, we'll
heard
discuss
about
when we. Yeah.
Well, we're live, so let's go.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Yeah,
let me go live on TikTok then.
Well, I'm not on TikTok. I turned my phone off because I'm rebooting it because TikTok collapsed twice on me.
Okay.
Good morning, Ultra. We'll start it here. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the too ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am stand-up comedian in Iowa City. My name is Nathan Timmel. With me, as always, is stand-up comedian Jake Vevra. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
Aside from my TikTok collapsing twice in a row, all is well here. As soon as my phone is rebooted, we'll just go live there and skip the intro, which I get pissed at TikTok.
I'm technically live on TikTok, so they're just seeing one person talk and not you.
Nice.
Yeah, I should leave my live TikTok until guys, we're gonna do a podcast.
No, just stay out of it. That's actually funnier.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's actually
there's
funnier.
Another person speaking to me here that you guys can't hear, but eventually he'll be on here. So
all right. Couldn't watch live streams on this device because you're live on another device. I'm not live on another device. I have one device. It
says invite Nathan Timmel to join as a guest, but it's not letting me invite you as a co-host.
I'm going to shut this. It just locked up again. It's literally getting stuck in a phase. I'm going to let it sit. We'll try. You could pause if you want. We'll try in 5 minutes. We'll just.
Okay.
TikTok is just being
shut this thing down. Yeah.
Fucking absurd.
Guys,
it's locked up on me.
5 minutes with the great Nathan Timmel.
3 times in a row. Anyway, so you were talking about ICE. So I came across this article. You can only read half of it, but there is a summation. You've heard about who ICE is recruiting. The truth is far worse. I'm the proof. So to summarize, a liberal journalist who seems to be sympathetic toward Antifa applied to join ICE. She fails to complete the required paperwork, drug test, or a test that she wasn't a domestic abuser, and they still offered her a job. She logs onto the government website and finds that it says she actually.
When you say, let me kind of correct something. When she was put on a watch list for like Antifa journalists, whatever the fuck that means, you know what I mean? Because it's not like it's an actual like, organized thing. But she was put on something by right-wing people. But a lot of her articles are extremely critical of ICE. So that's one thing you got to know. Like ICE specifically, she is extremely critical about in the articles she's got out there.
Well, then they have their quote. He logs onto the government website and finds that it says she actually completed all the steps after she purposely skipped them. Quote, to be clear, I barely applied to ICE. I skipped the steps of the application process that would clue the agency in on my lack of fitness for the position. I made no effort to hide my public loathing of the agency, what it stands for, and the administration that runs it. And they offered me a job anyway. They are literally taking anyone, criminals, racists, even, quote, Antifa. No wonder they're terrorizing people. Like, we've talked in the past about how when the Army needs to boost recruitment, they go from, oh, you need a high school diploma to you need a GED. Well, you have to promise to take, like, they keep lowering.
Right.
ICE seems to be the shit barrel bottom of the, they don't even, you don't even have to fill out the forms. They will fill them out for you, or they will say you fill it. It's insane. I wish the full article wasn't hidden behind a paywall.
That's too bad. Yeah. Actually, we had this journalist on the show that I work on Sirius to talk about this article a couple days ago.
Nice.
Pretty good. Yeah. So it works out. She's great too. You guys should read the article. It's on Slate. Check her out, Laura Jadid. But yeah, so here's the thing. They also had her piss in a cup too. And she was like, well, I smoked weed pretty recently. And then pretty recently, after, before that, I also smoked weed. Like, there's no way I'm failing this drug test,
No way you're passing it.
Or no way I'm passing the drug test. But basically, they sent her a pre-acceptance letter, so much as you're okay. Well, you're accepted the job. We're just waiting for the rest of your background check, your drug test to come back, whatever. And she's like, well, no way I'm passing the drug test, right? But then she checks into their website, a couple weeks later, and sure enough, it says, congratulations, you have a job. So I think is going on is they're getting these high quotas and, commissions, whatever. And so much of this stuff is done online in terms of their forms and everything else that they're just kind of checking boxes and they're like not doing it. I don't even think it's necessarily as nefarious as we're going to intentionally get like right-wing militia guys and, people with ties to the Proud Boys. I think it's just like, oh, we have to get X amount this month and I get a bonus if we get more than this. I'm just not going to do the paper. Like, I'll just click the box that says, yes, I did the paperwork, because essentially to a recruiter who's got quotas and commissions, the background check boxes that they're filling out of the forms on there, and that's essentially one box says I get a commission and the other box says I don't. Which do I take, the money box that's green, or do I click the no money box that's red? I'm going to click green every time. Did I check the urine? Yep, doesn't smell like weed to me. Drug test passed. Drug test passed.
I mean, the thing that I find funny is also sad, but that when Mr. Garrison joined ICE on South Park, basically everything you just said, everything in this article, South Park called in advance. They're just like, we'll take anybody. A high school drive. The Garrison episode of South Park where he joins ICE turns out to be even more realistic. It's like, okay. I remember several years ago, South Park said they weren't going to do politics for a while because politics had gotten too absurd, and you can't out absurd reality, because the point of their cartoon was to be absurd. And they're still, they're hilarious, but they're unable to out absurd the reality of the situation we're in. ICE, the only thing colder than their name is their hearts. Absolutely, Rob.
That's right. That's right. No, but you know what? There are actually a lot of people that do fail out of the ICE application. I wish I had read the article in the email that you sent me, Yeah,
I wish it wasn't behind the paywall.
No, I mean, I wish I would have ahead of time known. Like, I wanted to send you another article relating to this that I read.
Oh,
basically, over a third of ICE applicants fail the physical fitness test, specifically in the run portion. Now, do you know what they have to meet for the run? It is a 1.5 mile in 14 and a quarter minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
It's not. And listen to a lot of our listeners, because I don't think this is the type of the show that only attracts marathon runners and Olympic gold medalists, right? I'm not shaming any of you listening right now who can't do 1.5 miles in 14 and a half minutes. Okay. But who can do 14 minutes? Dudes trying real hard not to get deported. Yeah, they can smoke that test. They are the fastest runners in the world. If they had citizenship, we would put them in the Olympics, and they would beat the Kenyans every time. They can book it, man.
Nobody beats the Kenyans. Hey, I'm live on TikTok.
Oh, here we go. Let me go to Kenyan. But it's like,
see if you can invite me. Fourth time is a charm.
Yeah. If you can't make 1.5 miles in 14 minutes, fine. You didn't just apply for a salary job where you're chasing people on foot. That's the whole job. That's the whole job, man. Hey, is this where do I
trapping them in cars? Are you trying to invite me? I'm waiting. What's that?
I'm live here. Yeah, I'm here for the porn star.
Let me see if I can invite you. Otherwise, you invite me.
I can't invite you.
I can't invite you either. That's odd. I bet I could invite you as a guest, but that's lame.
As a co-host, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Here we go. Wait, quick invites co-host. Here we go.
There we go. Accept. All right. Hey.
There we go. Let me turn you down on the phone here.
We're finally live. Now you're not just looking at me. All right. Hey, my sweatshirt matches my wife's cutting table. I planned that. Not really.
There we go.
Anyway, yeah. So, I mean, what a great article. If you just joined us on TikTok, we're talking about ICE and all the good they do in the world. And
for
people that have
Oh man, you're freezing up bad on StreamYard, man.
Hopefully they'll give us StreamYard. Hi, Solar. Yeah, I'm back on StreamYard. Wow,
Okay,
what a day for technical difficulties.
Yeah, man.
Tell us in the chat how bad StreamYard is, because
I know you're really pixelated on my end, and you keep cutting out a lot.
You're freezing on my end.
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you're freezing up
I wish we could just get technology right once.
Dude, it's rough. It's rough.
Can you hear me at least?
I can. It keeps going in and out, but yeah, I can hear you well enough for now.
Even when you freeze, I can hear you, but all right. Well, tell us in the chat how bad it is. Hey, before we keep going or we change subjects, in the past we've talked probably too extensively about circumcision, but someone stumbled across the last time we talked about it was when RFK said that circumcision causes autism. Yesterday, in fact, on the 16th, someone stumbled across that podcast and left a series of angry comments leveled at us.
I only saw one that you sent me. I didn't realize he was going. I didn't realize there was a bunch. That's
because
great.
The one I sent you, the reason I told you there was a bunch, I didn't send you a bunch. I only sent you one, and I'm just saying there's a bunch because this could be great trolling. If this was the only comment, you'd be like, oh, they're trolling, because it's such a funny one. But the fact that there were just a series of them by the same person, but the one that I thought was best, the only one I want to read is mutilating babies. SIDS rates, only autistic psychos mutilate babies' genitals. So literally saying that circumcision doubled SIDS. So not only if you get circumcised are you automatically autistic, but you also it's increased SIDS. So there you go. Another reason not to get circumcised, because autism and SIDS. Rob says that we look and sound pretty good. We've frozen for a second or two, but overall good. So that's good to hear. But yeah. Every time we happen to mention it, someone crazy. It's like, I wonder if they Google how they ferret these moments out.
Okay, yeah, I want to look up this person's name because it's like an anti-circumcision organization. Is the profile name? It's called like Next Level Inactivism.
Yeah, Next Level Inact. Yeah, you got it right. Why do you think that? I just assumed it was an individual. You think it's a whole anti-circumcision organization?
It's got to be. Look, it's even like a logo there, man. Let me Next Level Inactivism.
We're talking circumcision. People hate us when we do that.
Yeah, next level inactivism.com, baby. Influence the influencers. Oh, look at this. Oh
my goodness. You're going in deep. Yeah. I just took it at its face value as being silly, and you're finding it's a whole group.
Look, here's their landing page. Start protecting children today. That's right. That's right. Women are being gunned down in the streets of Minneapolis by our own government, who are calling them domestic terrorists for trying to get away. But what should we protect the children from? Not the encroaching fascism that we should all be worried about. No. Something much more sinister. Circumcisions. Hey, Next Level Inactivism. I'll circumcise your mother, all right? I'll circumcise your fucking mother and your brother and your father. I'll dig up your ancestors and circumcise them.
I am protecting my son from smegma. That's what I'm protecting my son from. He's not. He's a kid. They don't wash well. He's 11, so I'm not washing him. So I'm protecting my son from smegma.
Here's the thing. I know that this all has religious origins, and I am the least religious man on the planet. I got my kids circumcised simply to annoy the good people of Next Level Inactivism. How do you like that? I even kept it. I mailed it to you. You're going to just get a box one day. You know what I mean? It's going to have a nice, pretty bow on it. And then your receptionist is going to be like, like Morgan Freeman at the end of Seven. And then you, Next Level Inactivism, is going to be like, what's in the box? What's in the box? And she's just going to hold up the two dangled baby foreskins that I had turned into a nice pair of errands for you.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because your kids are a couple of years apart, that means you held on to one until you had two and then mailed them both at the same time. That means you saved but you had them fashioned into earrings. That's nice of you. You had them turned into jewelry. I like that.
That's right. It's a very premeditated crime. You know, it's premeditated. I'm so fucking dumb. Premeditated.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but next level in, he's in the comments. It's premeditated, you dumb circumcised fuck. Maybe if you had your foreskin on, you'd be able to remember legal terms instead of medical ones.
Good point. I feel the need to tell the lives that I have a gig tonight, that it's a pretty good drive, so I have a hard out. So we're just going to keep moving. We're gonna go fast.
Hey, you know the irony of anti-circumcision influencers and activists and all that. You know what? It's all about dicks, but the one thing they never get, pussy. Women don't want to hear about this. You fucking morons. You weird incel freaks yelling about dick skins. What are we talking about here?
When I found protesters, like live protesters protesting circumcision, it was all dudes. There were no women there. It was all dudes. So yeah, you're right. Bunch of
dude. Incels. I found a thing we can click. Oh, there's a thing about. Oh, the acronym is NLI. About NLI donations. Volunteers. Should we volunteer? Should we go and be?
We're like that woman that applied to ICE.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll apply to this.
We'll be investigative journalists. We'll see how far do they really do background checks, Do they check our podcasts? Do they check our dicks, Because they're going to ask if you're circumcised, you know what I mean? And I'll just be like, yes.
Well, they want circumcised. They want us to say, yes, no, I was mutilated. I need to speak out against it. That's the whole point. The circumcised people are,
I'll come in there with a walker and they'll be like, what's wrong with your legs? My parents cut my dick skin off when I was a baby. I never recovered. Oh, help me God, I never recovered. My own parents did it to me.
I was circumcised and now I use a walker. Oh. All right. Let's talk about this. This is what we're fighting over in the world today. A 20-year-old won the lottery. What she did next lit up social media. We will fight over anything. You cannot do a single goddamn thing and make anyone happy. So anybody in the comments want to guess what she did that pissed off social media? She won the lottery. Did she buy a boat? Did she buy a mansion? What did she do that pissed everyone off? Take a guess. We're going to go to the next story, and then we'll come back and check the comments to see and don't fucking Google. Don't Google to see what she did. Let's jump to a story. I want to see if people are going to figure out what, let's jump to a good story.
Let me just make my prediction real quick. I think she started a foundation for free circumcision for children that can't afford it. And Next Level in Activism got fucking mad at her and was like, "How dare you mutilating babies? You're mutilating babies!" And they type stupid things all over her stuff.
Well, now there's no point in doing it. You got it on the first guess.
Boom, hey, look at me. I'm like a genius. You know why that is? Because I was circumcised, baby. Makes you a damn good guesser. As long as you get this stuff cleared off your little head, you can use your big one properly.
This is actually kind of funny. I clicked the article I wanted to do next, and it's an old link. It's from 1 week ago. So the banner ad, the first thing I see on this is... Actually, there are 3 ads. I am looking at 3 ads right now. There's a banner ad, then there's a lower corner ad, and an up. So, Wild Card Weekend, Texans at Steelers tonight, 8 p.m. Yeah, that was on Monday. We saw that. That was so. Update your ads. But here we go. Here's the headline. GoFundMe campaign of Renee Good family.
Honestly, I think it was a Steelers fan that is in charge of updating the ads. And they were so depressed that all week long, you know what I mean? They just are not been doing their job. Yeah. Right now, someone's going, "Hey, no one's updated the ads. Where's Gary? He is hanging from a rope in a Steelers hoodie." That was a rough one.
GoFundMe campaign for family of Renee Good closed at 1.5 million. And here's the thing: GoFundMe didn't shut it down. The family did. The family said, "Hey, you have given us so much money. You have given us more money than we know what to do with. Stop donating to us. If you have money you want to give to us, instead give it to others in need. What a
That's
nice
awesome,
move.
man.
I mean, you go through this horrible tragedy, people feel bad, they give you money, and instead of in a country, in a world where all we do is take, they said we have enough. Stop giving, give to other people. That's just a nice news story right there.
It's great, man. I mean, the goods are good, man. Shout out to them. It's a horrible thing that happened. I will point out, who didn't shut down her GoFundMe? The wife of Charlie Kirk. She was like, keep the money rolling in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a bunch of sparkly pantsuits and moor it out there on a stage in an arena with a sparkler up my ass. Oh, I can't hear you anymore. You froze.
A human being and a grifter right there.
Yeah. Sorry, you froze up again, man. I missed like all of that.
Oh, I just said after you're Eric Kirk, I'm like, that's the difference between a good human being and a grifter. And so, that's what it is. All right. So let's go back to the other story. What did this person that won the lottery do that pissed everybody off? Did she give the money to charity? Did she have a baby? Did she use it to help people? Did she give a dog plastic surgery? And then Val missed the question. Hi, Val. No. She took the weekly payments. Everybody always takes a lump sum when they win the lottery. She took the annuities, and so she will receive $1,000 a week for the rest of her life. And that pissed people off. That got social media complaining. We will complain about anything. A woman wins the lottery and decides to take $1,000 a week instead of a lump sum, which every expert says is what you should do. Every expert says,
well, hang on,
pay less in taxes. Go ahead.
Depends on how old you are. You know what I mean? If we're talking rest of your life at 20 and rest of your life at 87, 87, you take that lump sum. You go out like a king. You just get a big old Scarface sized bag of Coke, some hookers, a Walker made of gold. You wheel over to that thing and you go to Valhalla, baby.
Well, they did talk about that. If you are 87, you can gift the annuity to family, like kids and grandkids.
Those greedy shits have been leeching off me my whole life. I'm taking it with me like a goddamn Egyptian pharaoh. You give me my golden walker, whatever Coke's left that I didn't know Dion. You bury me in the pyramids with all of it.
Your gold walker that you need because you were circumcised.
That's right. That's right. You find you dig up my foreskin and you reattach it.
I mean, is there anything we won't complain about? I've seen a popular meme. You've seen it. Everybody in the chat has seen it. It said that I used to think that if aliens landed, we would unite as a people, but instead half the population would be saying, no, there are no aliens. It's a government conspiracy. And then someone said, no.
Antifa in alien masks. That's what I think's happening.
I mean, but that's where we're at. Is our lives are
these aliens from space are illegal. Biden let them in. This is the Democrats' fault.
But we're out of problems. If this is what we complain about, if we literally go online to complain about this, I mean, it's funny. Like you said earlier, the world is burning down around us. We got our government agencies shooting citizens, and we find the time to complain about someone winning the lottery and not taking the money in the same way we would have. That's the society we live in.
It's pretty weird. Yeah, man. I thought they were debating over like which was smarter to do. I didn't realize they were like, what was their actual argument for being mad at her?
They just take the money. That's literally most of the article is why you choose the whatever. Yeah. But story continues. The lottery crowd, but it's just social media. That's what they do. They just complain.
Yeah, I mean, I get it in the sense of, but if you take the lump sum and you invest it all perfectly, if you're an expert day trader, you can. It's like, but most people that play the lottery are the opposite of expert day traders. They're they're degenerate scumbags that get drunk and buy scratch tickets and shit. They're not the best at investing, so that's why the $1,000 a week thing is way better.
Oh, I have a joke. A line where I talk about basically that the lottery to certain people, to certain level people, like you just described, it's not really a scratch-off ticket. It's a 401k. That to them, the lottery, that's, you know, it's a
That's
the line is.
It's they called that investing in my family.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That's right.
Oh, well, here's the most expected story of
hey, before we do this,
brand.
Can you do some comments? My dog is pissing me off to no end. I got to take him downstairs real quick.
Okay.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Well, I thought it was Ultra pointed out that in Erica's defense, she has a foundation to fund, and its biggest promoter was executed. That is true. She's got to keep the paychecks rolling. And Val agrees that Erica is a big time grifter. It's I love all the memes I see where it's, if my husband passed away 4 years ago and I forgot to shoot off fireworks, or on New Year's Eve, people are saying, "Oh, I hear fireworks. Is Erica grieving somewhere?" It's everybody grieves differently, but she seems to have the most interesting way of grieving with celebratory stage events.
I feel for her, man. I grieve the same way. I grieve exactly like Elton John does a concert. That's how I do it.
All right. The most expected story of all time. Here it comes. Trump pushes for $100 billion in oil investments in Venezuela, while Exxon and other companies say it's currently, quote, uninvestable without major reforms. So, what are we doing here? I mean, they say it's about oil, but nobody wants it. I saw a side-by-side. Did you happen to see? I didn't send it to you. There was a side-by-side. Trump, 4 or 5 years ago, Venezuela has the worst oil. It's thick tar. Nobody wants it. And then Trump, days ago, Venezuela has the best oil. We're going to use it all. We love it. It's
Black gold, South American tea.
We act on impulse. And yes, it's got minerals and resources, but no oil company wants it because it's such a clusterfuck. Remember how Iraq was supposed to pay for itself and be the world's biggest oil producing nation? Didn't seem to work out, did it?
Well, that's just it, man. And if you read the article, it doesn't seem like he's actually talking about the oil itself. Because, I mean, let's face it, those guys go out into the middle of the ocean.
No, it's everything else. It's everything surrounding the oil.
It is the fact that, a country could collapse into civil war right now. And like that is a risk. You took out the head. There's now the regime's in place, but with a different person. But the lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize and then sheepishly gave it to Trump because he wanted a participation peace prize. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
But she won by 70% and that man stayed in power. Right. So you have a regime that seems completely illegitimate now. And they're kind of keeping people in line with a bunch of dudes with guns in the street. And that's a situation that tends to get very unstable very fast. And you know what unstable is? It's the opposite of predictable. And people that run big companies like the oil companies, they want predictable. They don't care about right.
Well, did you see George Will?
They just want predictable. What's up? You're freezing up on me, man. I can't hear.
It's exactly what he said.
Who?
George Will put out a 30-minute video. Right-wing conservative political pundit put out a 30-minute video, and that's exactly what he said. He said the problem with America right now is we're unpredictable. I mean, you're talking Venezuela, but he turned it on us. He said, we have all these allies around the world. China is going into other countries, and nobody wants to do business with us because we're unpredictable. They do not like the back and forth Biden-Trump bullshit because Trump just comes in like a bull in a china shop.
Tariff, now a 10% tariff.
Exactly.
Now 5% tariff. Mom Donnie's a communist. New York will fall to communism. Actually, I cut a business deal with him in the Oval Office. Now I like this guy.
Yeah, other countries like predictability, and we're unpredictable. So many countries don't want to do business with us. And like everybody said when he started this, they said that that's what led to the Great Depression, is this America first, me first, just this continued isolation. And we're on that path.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, he can't put Machado in power down there because she's going to actually make it a democracy. And you know what people in democracies don't tend to do? Voting to let a whole bunch of like mainly foreign oil interests come in and fucking suck all your resources out. You need a dictatorship in there. You need, I mean, that's the whole thing. That's the whole purpose of a banana republic. They don't call them banana democracies. You know, like you put a dictator in charge who's loyal to you. So that's why Moderno, as bad as he is, you know, and Trump, we had to get him. Who's in place? Moderno's vice president. You don't think that's fucking weird? And not the lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize, the opposition to Moderno. You don't think that's weird that he left in the vice president?
Well, and what was his line? His line was, they're going to have to play nice with us or they'll get worse. It was like literally they were sending a message like, you do what we want. And so, you're right. It's not going to be welcoming to U.S. interests. You will have to keep the guns in the streets, the tanks in the streets. You know, it'll have to be like we're heading to in 5 years.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Or 2 weeks ago, if we're talking Minnesota.
Yeah. All right. Oh, this is interesting. I watched the video. For years, Jerome Powell avoided fighting Donald Trump. That's over. After receiving grand jury subpoenas Friday, Powell spent the weekend deciding how to respond. By Sunday, he had his answer. Now, the video, he's obviously a Fed chairman. He's a finance wonk. So the video is, he's not a compelling speaker, but the fact that someone finally pushed back on Trump, it's what everyone's been waiting for. It's what the Republicans have been refusing to do. They just let him do, you know, like, oh, you want Greenland? Let's send over Marco Rubio to talk about Greenland. Nobody says no to him. Powell is saying, fuck you. You got subpoenas? Bring it. And is it going to be a tipping point? Is he going to stand alone? Who knows? But it was nice to see that he's standing up for the Fed and saying, I do not take the marching orders of either political party. I do what's best for the American people. We'll see what happens.
Right. I mean, Fed chairs have gotten grilled in front of the Senate and Congress many times before in the past. You know, I mean, I didn't think that they've taken this kind of heat directly from the executive branch, but it's supposed to be its own independent thing. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it.
Yeah, and my favorite clip is of Trump saying, who appointed this asshole? He's a loser. And then the clip of him, I'm appointing the smartest, bestest, brightest, you know, like that he appointed him. But yeah, he appointed him to do the will of the Fed, but he wants him to do his will. And it's not happening.
Yeah, it's good, man. Good for Jerome Powell. I'm glad he's standing up to this, you know?
Yeah. All right. Home Alone actor Daniel Stern charged with soliciting prostitution. He could face up to, I think it was 6 weeks in jail and $1,000 fine, or maybe that was a different article. It was. He was in a pilot for an ABC Family show where he was the patriarch of the grandpa, and you know the kids are, but been quietly recast because. But come on, he's an old dude that could afford a prostitute. You'd let him buy his prostitute. You know, are we still having this argument that it's immoral and illegal and bad? You got the Bunny Ranch. Let him. He should have gone there. He should have gone to the Bunny Ranch. But still, this is we got actual crimes, and they're setting up vice stings for actors that just want to get laid.
Dude, it's messed up. And you know what? To me, the worst thing about this story is how they actually caught him. Did you like read about the actual bust?
Well, it was a sting at a motel, right?
Yeah, dude, he walked in, and what the feds did is they tied paint cans to the ceiling of the hotel, and then when he and the hooker walked in, bam, paint cans hit him right in the head. And it's like, dude, you don't need to do that. You could have just, and then a nail went through his foot. It's like, dude, what do you, come on.
Just arrest a guy.
Just put the cuffs on him nicely. You didn't have to do that.
Here's what I forgot.
He's not a method actor.
I'm looking him up right now. Yeah, he's been married to the same woman since 1980. So he is married, but he's 68 years old. She is, I can't find her age, but I'm assuming they're similar.
All I can find cheating on a lady after that long, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying
Unless
that
they got an open relationship, who knows?
maybe they got an arrangement because if she's in her 60s as well, they've been together since 98. They look like they're the same age. I'm just going to speak in general terms here. Women tend to grow less and less interested in physicality, by and large, and, maybe at 60, 65, she's just like, yeah, good, go. If you're still not, shoo, hands off me, go find someone. It's their marriage. Let them deal with it. We don't have to step in and say, ha ha, you tried to get laid. You're arrested.
Right, exactly. And
but
even if
LED is right. Just take a trip to the mustard. You could have gone to. You do have money. You could trip it over to Vegas, and
I mean, that's a long way to drive to get laid. What are we talking about? Come on.
Well, if you make a weekend out of it, but then again, he's 68. He probably nuts once a month, and that's it to regenerate.
Well, especially if he is doing this on the slide. He goes, honey, I got to go to Vegas again. Wait, what? Yeah, another Home Alone fan signing. Yeah, another convention. Really? They want the bad guy from Home Alone signing paint cans again
on Tuesday night?
It's a 12th weekend in a row. You've had a Home Alone convention in Las Vegas. This is weird.
Good point.
I mean, you guys have a more dedicated fan core than the Grateful Deads with those hippies that used to drive around with. This is nuts.
Well, speaking of, he lives in, what was it, Riverside? I've forgotten. But the whole point is he lives in liberal hippie wasteland, California. If they're so fucking progressive and free, why isn't prostitution legal there? Why isn't Gavin, let's put trans athletes into every female locker room, made prostitution legal? I think that's what we should be fighting for. I think we should band together, and instead of fighting against or for trans athletes, we should allow women the right to choose what they do with their body.
That's true, but here's the thing that a lot of an example I will give of that is when they first legalized weed in New York. Okay. While progressive places tend to like, hey man, do your own thing socially, they also like regulation. That's what we're butting up against, right?
Yeah.
So when they're like, hey, we just legalized weed, man, they didn't actually open weed shops for years because they were like, we're working on the paperwork. We're working on the licensing. We're working on the fees. We're working on, and so it took forever to actually be able to sell it legally. And so I think that's kind of what they're running into. But yeah, I think prostitution should be legal everywhere. I think that the black market is where all the bad stuff happens. And if it's regulated, you don't have pimps beating and killing women for trying to escape and stuff like that. Alcohol's bad for you too, but the CEO of Budweiser murders way less people than Al Capone. You know what I mean? So like maybe we make it legal.
I mean, if you ever watched, I think it was HBO. I don't think it was Real Sex, but they did a docuseries on the Bunny Ranch, and the women were in charge. Like exactly. I remember seeing an episode where a guy is like, oh man, I want that one. And she's like, yeah, no, you can if the woman in the Bunny Ranch says no, that is your answer. You can bribe, you can say, well, how about for 1,000 more, but they are in charge. That's what we need. Going to what you just said about paperwork.
But I will say opposite with the lady out on Avenue B who has T-Dog tattooed and branded into the side of her neck and face. It's very difficult for her to say no to anything.
Yes. What you said about regulation, I read or maybe I listened to a podcast. It was about gambling. But when gambling apps hit big and they were going state to state trying to get gambling legalized, the red states that just went, oh, sure, gambling, cool, have the highest rates of gambling addiction and people losing houses. The blue states went, oh, you want to open gambling? That's awesome. We tax half the revenue. And much less, the gambling place would get pissed off. And the red states that didn't say that, they get so much less revenue from they just sort of said, oh, we'll rake in billions. But the contracts were signed so quickly that it was like, oh, sure, you get 1% of 1%. Whereas the blue states were like, all right, if we let you in, you have to give us, half. And it was just interesting that you can make money on it, but there's got to be a balance in there between doing it too quickly or setting up too many roadblocks. But I just thought that was fascinating that you talk about the paperworks. But Solar says that she worked at a nursing home. Old doggies can be fiends. And Ultra says, I'm pretty sure Gavin would have no problem with trans prostitution. Yes, we find the middle ground. We mix the... All right, next news story. Jake, you were in the news. Steve Buscemi makes rare red carpet appearance alongside wife after opening up about finding love again. Did you do what I told you to do with that article?
Oh, yeah.
So this is a visual one for anybody watching, but it's one of those things of the media that I love when they just fuck up. You get this article about Steve Buscemi losing his wife and then finding...
I did what you said before, but I didn't read what you had typed. I just opened the article first, and I was clicking on it and going, "What the hell's wrong with my phone?" And then I went back and read what you said. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, so there's a picture. It's a photo by Cindy Ord on Getty Images. It's Steve on the red carpet with his new girlfriend, and here's the best part: you click the picture, so the thumbnail is waist to neck. As you see waist to neck, you're like, oh, well, let's see what they look like. You click the picture, and it is an enlarged picture of them waist to neck. Like, no editor said, oh, we've put it in wrong. No one checks anything. You've got a picture. It could be any two fucking people. You have to assume it's Steve Buscemi and his brother because they don't show they put the wrong goddamn picture, the wrong sizing. It's just another example of news media failing. Everything, facts, pictures, big things, little things. They can't do anything right because it's just publish. And Jake just disappeared from StreamYard. I can't hear you on TikTok. I'm turning you up. Go ahead. I just turned you up on TikTok. Oh, you're trying to get back in? Jake is trying to get back in here on YouTube. Yes, Jake has entered. I'm going to turn my volume down again.
I am back.
You're back. Well, let's hit I've got two more stories. Well, this one isn't a story. I just I got another ad in my Facebook feed. This one doesn't literally say it's for gays, but the product is Bare Butt. Get rid of butt hair instantly. No more awkwardness. You don't have to shave those tricky areas anymore. The cream is gentle yet effective, and it leaves my skin feeling great. Definitely a must-have for any busy. You know what? I'm reading this fucking ad. Bare Butt should be sponsoring our fucking podcast. I've clicked the wrong thing in my life, and now I get all these great products. But yes, don't shave those tricky areas. Put Bare Butt cream on your butt to lose that awkward butt hair. That's the ad I'm seeing these days.
And I do love one that the one that they gave you was Bare Butt, so they think that you're also a big fat hairy gay dude as well.
Very hairy.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I love it, man. I don't know what kind of porn searches you're doing to keep getting this stuff, man.
I don't do searches. I've told everyone I am the most vanilla, 2 minutes, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go. But yeah, it's because I clicked the one gay one where I'm like, what is this? Click. Oh shit, I've ruined my algorithm. But now I get all the best gay ads.
Dude, here's the thing. I started going down a rabbit hole of heated rivalry reactions because we had the director on the show that I worked on. So now,
oh, nice.
My whole feed is nothing but heated rivalry reactions and like Jake Paul getting knocked out and slap fighting in UFC. So like my algorithm goes, guys, I don't know what to do with him. He is both the gayest and the straightest man we've ever seen. Oh, you mean he's bi? No. He is both very, very gay and very, very straight. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm still not getting the stuff for poppers and butt cream and all this other stuff that you're getting, man. Like, I don't know.
I'm getting all the butt creams and the colon blow. I would start
getting it with the amount of heated rivalry stuff I've been clicking on and sending to my wife. And you'd think I'd get this, but I'm not.
I am stunned you didn't get it after clicking that colon blow one I gave you for bottoms. Like you clicked that one and researched it, like, oh, you saw what I was looking at. Because you even reacted. You went, oh, shit, I've just fucked up my feed because I looked at your bottoming ad.
Yeah, I was deep diving. Where's this company from? What's the CEO say? Let me see their annual report. I was going nuts on that thing, no pun intended.
All right, final story. Matt Rogers, Bo and Yang promised to be, quote, more thoughtful after Jasmine Crockett comments. They have a podcast and they said, I don't think Jasmine Crockett is the future of the Democratic Party. And, well, people lost their... Hey, Matt and Bowen, if you believe something, fucking say it. If you don't like Jasmine Crockett, say, I'm not going to support her campaign. Why the fuck do you need to apologize for saying what you believe about a politician? You fucking weak fucking pussy crybabies. Just say what you believe. Where's it? Hi, everybody. I hear the response, and I'm taking every bit of it to heart. I promise. Transparency and candor matter to me, especially on the podcast. I'm a very progressive person who cares deeply about winning these elections, but my phrasing was not right. I will be more thoughtful. I really do promise. If you don't like Jasmine Crockett, fucking say it. This fucking pussy putting around, apologizing for having an opinion. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. And, it's one thing if you go, oh, I accidentally said something offensive or whatever, and I'm apologizing.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing, no, I accidentally said my honest opinion in a respectful way, and my bad. Like, you're apologizing for that. I'll give you an opinion about that right now. I also don't think Jasmine Crockett is the future of the Democratic Party. I think it's Biden. I think he's gonna start taking vitamins. I think he's going to start taking, you know what I mean? He's going to take RFK's advice and start eating his diet according to the new food pyramid. I think he's going to stop taking Tylenol, and I think he's going to turn it around before 2028. So I think he should be our next nominee for president.
Well, I got to start driving to my gig. 2 quick thoughts. One, you said food pyramid, didn't even talk about it. Apparently, the new pyramid is the old food pyramid, only they changed the picture. So it's the same number of carbs. Someone has gone in and done a deep dive in reading. The numbers are eat a lot of carbs, but not a lot of dairy. All they did was show the picture, which said, no, eat more dairy. So it's funny. But 2, off what you just said, I think you should start drafting right now a huge 180 apology about circumcision for next week, because if that activist gets on our comments again, instead of standing our ground, we should fucking collapse like a house of cards, and we will both issue apologies for our stances on circumcision next week. So every week we're going to do a new podcast every other week. One we're thoughts and opinions, and then the very next week we're going to apologize for what we said the week before. Then the next week we'll have thoughts and opinions, and so that's going to be the new format for Idiots on Parade. 1 week we'll have opinions, the next week we'll apologize for them, then we'll have opinions again. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to spend we don't have to come up with half a shit. We'll just spend half our time apologizing.
Yes, I found a link on Next Level in Activism's website that teaches you how to cut off a piece of your own earlobe and graft it onto the tip of your dick, like a burn victim. You know what I mean? Like they'll do on the face or whatever. And I'm gonna graft it using duct tape and lighter fluid. I'm gonna graft my earlobe onto the tip of my dick in solidarity with the good people at Next Level in Activism.
All right, science experiment time. You're using duct tape and lighter fluid. I'm using a combination of Gorilla Glue and wood glue. So I'm going to take 2 different types of glue and see what puts my earlobe back on my dick. All right. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Bookstore on Amazon, special on YouTube, and then t-shirts, sweatpants, magnets, socks, anything you want one of my stupid designs on, shirts. Find it through nathantimmel.com. Jake has been Jake Vevra. You can find him on all social media at Jake Vevra. If you happen to live anywhere near Mitchell, South Dakota, come see me tonight, January 17th. I'm out of here.
Joe Biden only went senile because he was circumcised. Follow the money, people.
There we go. All right, my friend. I'm going to duck out fast. I will talk to you later.
Man. Have a good one, dude. Have a good set.
Thanks.